Well, we've been in Airlie Beach for what seems to be forever. We came back from our trip up to Cairns in July, or June I think it was, and here we are in August, and we're still sitting here. It's getting extremely busy in and around Airlie Beach, especially in the boating circles with all the Airlie Race Week, Hamilton Island Race Week coming up. So we moved into the marina for a week or 10 days. It ended up being 10 days, and carried out a fair bit of maintenance. We beefed up the bowsprit so that it'd take a bit of flex out of it, which has worked out extremely well. We also rescued my telephone from the bottom of the ocean, and whilst being in the water at 17 degrees, I replaced a couple of anodes that were well and truly worn on the transom of the boat, and ended up doing a bit of a hull scrub around the waterline of the boat, which was well and truly overdue anyway, but I'd just been putting off getting in the water at this temperature. But anyway, it's got extremely crowded around we're outside the marina where we've been for 4 or 5 days, and we've decided, all right, now we've got a bit of a weather window, let's head off. So we're heading south. We've got good weather for what looks like about a week to 10 days. So we're going to try and get down as far as Yeppoon over the next 10 days. And our first leg, although the wind's still sitting up around the 15-20 knot mark, we're going to get to Sid Harbour today and then down to Thomas Island the following day. So here we are, we're off on our adventure again.
Today we are into Prossie to see a friend, and Friday we're leaving, so filling up with water. Cookie's making sure that John's doing the right thing with the fuel, and I just about drowned myself because the tap doesn't actually turn off on the hydrant. So we shall see. So Coral see, everyone's having a banging morning. Would have gone to the public jetty, but there's 2 big cats tied up over there, so we are clearly not getting on there anytime soon. So hence we'll do the water from here, which is obviously acceptable. Anywho, fuel is at an all-time bloody high. $2.34 a litre. Probably take about $600 worth, for 300, 600, about $800 worth, I guess, all up. Anywho, necessity dictates we need to have it, so there you go. Smile, Cookie.
Put a smile on my face, spending money.
Cookie's too busy watching what everyone else is doing. John's really happy about spending $1,000 on fuel.
Oh, we're using the boat.
True. See you soon, folks. Cookie's going back inside after having sat up the front to make sure everything was good. We're heading out. Matador's stuck in the channel. She's run aground, which is moderately embarrassing. Helicopter up on the pad, Lyndall. That's where we went from. Big boat stuck. Hi. John's... and shit, eh? That's funny, but not. How embarrassing for a charter boat. Anywho, so we're heading back over here into the middle of the mooring fields for a couple of nights, and then we're off on Friday again. But refueling went well, $560. So pretty well bang on for our guesstimate. You yell it out. I'm not.
Wave, you'll be on YouTube.
Hey guys. They're all sitting there waiting for someone to come and save them.
I'll be sending my invoice through tonight.
Yeah, good on ya. That's hilarious. That's really embarrassing.
Well, good morning. It was for some anyway. We had a getting going, heading south today, and we had a couple of little issues this morning. Well, one issue in particular, which I'd left the fuel valve turned off and the engine started for fuel, so I had to re-bleed it. the injector pumps and so forth. But we saw the start of the Airlie race week, which is now way out there at Double Cone Island, where the 160 odd boats were all at the start. So unfortunately we didn't get to see that actually starting. So we're back. Anyway, we had a bit of a delayed start this morning, as I was saying, and now we're finally leaving Airlie Beach. That's it over there. Oh, there's another boat coming up behind us. The cat's hiding somewhere. Oh, here she is, down there, getting herself comfortable for the next 3 months, and off we go. So we probably won't go far today, given the fact that we had an issue with the engine this morning, so we'll probably just stay close, and yeah, the weather's still a bit breezy. We've probably got about 20 knots from the southeast, and it's supposed to be 10 to 15, but it's dropping right out tomorrow, so we might start making a fair bit of mileage tomorrow. But we'll keep you up to date. Anyway, we're signing off for now. Good morning, everybody. Saturday the 13th, I think it is, of August. We're at Sid Harbour, which is out here, and we're just picking up anchor now. We're going to head down to Thomas Island today. It's always a bit muddy here, so we've got the deck wash pump going flat out to wash the decks down. That's our game plan. It was a beautiful night last night. The winds dropped down from 20 knots down to 10 to 15 and variable. So we're here in Sid Harbour at the moment. We're going down this way here, round, we'll go past Hamilton Island, through Fitzallen Passage, which is going to be pushing a fair bit of tide there. And then we're going to go past Pentecost Island. Oh, it's there somewhere. And have a look at a odd rock formation, and these colleagues let the hose get away a bit out there, and yeah, and then down to Thomas Island, which is a lovely little spot, one of our favourite spots. So I'll keep you updated along the way. Cheers. We're just coming up to Hamilton Island. That's the Dent Passage through there. Dent Island's where they've got the golf course for Hamilton Island. You can see just at the middle of the passage there's some of the recovery efforts going on to recover what's left of that Taipan helicopter that went down in the army training exercises in the Whitsundays. So I'm pretty sure that's still off limits down there, so we're going to go through the Fitzallen Passage, which is this one here, and round down to Pentecost Island to stay out of the exclusion zone if it's still active, and it certainly looks like it does. There's a warship down there, and obviously that recovery vessel, pretty impressive vessel. It's got a massive big helipad on the front of it, and obviously some sort of crane for recovering purposes or salvage. Yeah, but a lovely day just the same. Haven't seen any more whales since the first one back at Hunt Passage. Yeah, just great to be back on the ocean again. What is it called? Quilla Resort? Qualia Resort on Hamilton Island. Been there about 20 years now. They're certainly aging well, I must say.
Yeah, they look beautiful, don't they?
Certainly getting very densely populated now. You wouldn't think there'd be much more land area for them to build on, but they still seem to be finding little pockets. Beautiful houses here for the rich and elite. We're going through Fitzallen Passage at the moment.
Streaming along at 4.7 knots.
Yeah, we're pushing tide big time. We're just about to come out. We normally sit on about 6.5 knots at 1500 revs. Well, we're doing just 1450, and we're doing 4.8 knots, and we're about
Into
to hit
the
the
wind.
worst of the tide. So we've got at least 2 knots of tide we're pushing at the moment. So we could be here all day. Never mind. It's all about the journey, not the destination.
Whatever.
It's the main section of the resort coming into view around here. I'll keep you rolling while we go through here. Otherwise edit out sections that are non-compliant. Cookie the cat's under here.
It's freezing cold.
She likes that captain's chair. It's not that cold, 20 degrees, but we've got
Freezing.
wind on our nose.
So cold.
Boat's on autopilot, which is generally what it does 99% of the time. Autonomously. Thank you, Polly.
Except for the finger.
Just got to change it on each waypoint. You can modify that now so that it changes itself, not going from waypoint to waypoint. I tend to like to be able to
Need to fill that Coke up too.
wake up.
Oh.
4.5 knots. Maybe longer with the arm backwards. I think that's One Tree Hill, that mountain there. You can walk up to it. I don't know why you want to do that. Someone was telling me the other day that's where the wind instrument is for the barometeorology on Hamilton Island. So that's why the readings seem to be excessive all the time, because it's right up on the top of that hill. Not sure whether that's correct or not, but it sounds like a pretty good story. A couple of tourists braving the water and now for a Hobie cat ride. Well, this is the, I better turn that down so we don't get YouTube.
And I'll stop singing.
This is the island, this headland at the top here turns into an Indian head apparently. So what I might do is I'll put you on slow-mo and we'll see as we go past if we can capture that Indian head shape. So slow-mo, we go. Front here. I'm thinking it was a big one. Whitsundays. We're just down at the southern end of the Whitsundays. This little opening here will just give you a bearing of where we are. That's Lindeman Island over there. This is Shore Island coming up through here. And this is Mayor Island, and on the end of Mayor Island, this little gap in the land here, with the rocks, there's a thing called the Phantom's Cave. So we're coming in reasonably close to see if we can get a bit of a picture of the Phantom's Cave. Not many people visit here. It's a great spot, but it's a fair way down south, I suppose. The big highlights would be the Frenching Reefs. There it is, just coming into view now. Not sure whether you can see it or not.
See it.
You want to try and get a shot with your camera, darling? Oh, that was pretty cool. There was a boat going past on the other side. bit hard to zoom in on this thing, and we could probably get a little bit closer. We could put the tinny in and go ashore and walk through it if you want to. So that's the Phantom's Cave. It is. Yeah, it does a bit. It's got the ears on the rock. Da 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 da. Bam, wham. Thank you, man. Well, we're just arriving at Thomas Island, one of our favourite little spots in the Whitsundays. We don't get down here as often as we'd like to. It's probably a 5-hour trek from Airlie Beach, but we really do enjoy this spot. There's a little hole over behind this integrity that you can see here, which always seems to have fish in it. So if I can catch a fish there, anyone can. But it's a good little nature walk across to the other side of the island, which when we were here a number of years ago, there was a swarm of butterflies, Ulysses butterflies there, which was quite spectacular and will always stick in our minds as being one of our special moments walking along islands and so forth. But yeah, well, thanks for joining us in this episode, and we hope you'll subscribe and catch the next episode where we head down to Brampton Island. So look forward to seeing you then.